Hello everybody, Jay here from Modern Mississauga, and today we're looking at the very luxurious 2017 Land Rover Discovery HSE luxury trim, which is the very top of the trim ladder. This replaces the outgoing LR4 from the previous generation. For those of you that remember, the LR4 was pretty boxy. This is more of a softer, rounder-ish looking vehicle. Still looks good, still looks very luxurious. 22-inch rims on this specific model. It's a paid upgrade. 20-inch rims come standard. What I'll get to right away is the massive trunk space here as we go around to the rear of the vehicle. I'm not a fan of the non-symmetrical lines. That's just me. It's hey, you know, whatever. It's a small, tiny thing in an otherwise fantastic vehicle for me personally. Anyway, so right underneath the V is where your automatic liftgate comes. So this is a 7-seater, and a lot of this is automated. So on the left side, I'm going to push that button, and that's going to make this come down kind of like a truck, pickup truck bed. There's the button. There it goes. I purposely put all the 4 seats down to begin with, so we can show you what it looks like as each seat goes up. On this side, these 2 are your front seats. These 2 are your rear seats. So we'll do them in tandem. Do the front seats. Well, sorry, middle seats, I should say, first. And that's about, I don't know, maybe 10-11 seconds in total. And you pull the buttons down the entire way, and that's that. It comes up a little bit. And I'm going to do the second set of seats, which gives us seats 6 and 7. Those 2 are pushed. The seats come up a touch in the middle just to leave room for the other seats to come up. That's one. Oops, wrong one. Come on. Making me look bad here, Land Rover. There we go. Sorry, my fault. Operator error. Finger wasn't fully on the button. So the headrests go down automatically to make them so it's easier to fold down, and they're just doing a little bit of final adjusting. So you put that little red spot. You'll put the headrests up if that's what you've got passengers for. The cool thing here is there's a button to get everything down at once, which is the 4. I'm going to push that. Headrests automatically pop down. Middle seats go, followed by the rear seats. Kind of a cool thing. I like it. In total storage space here with the seats down is a whopping 2,406 liters of space. If you put the rear seats, very rear seats down, middle seats up, you're at 1,137 liters of space. So I'm just going to close this up again by hitting that button. That goes up, and the automatic close button. Towing package made very, very easy. Land Rover says you can go up to 8,200 pounds with towing with the Discovery, which is pretty awesome. This is the gasoline version. There is a diesel version. We'll get to power and specs once we get inside the vehicle, but just a nice cool side profile. Very luxurious, very smooth, great design lines, not boxy. Boxy was good for Volvo in the 90s and 80s. I'm happy to see Land Rover's taking this direction here. Good rim design patterns there as well. We'll just slide around to the front of the vehicle. LEDs all over the place, also in the rear. Again, we'll get into that a little more on the inside. So that's what it looks like all around. We'll be right back with a look at the inside of the vehicle. Stay tuned. And we're back with the 2017 Land Rover Discovery HSE Luxury Top Trim. Before we get to the inside up front, let's take a look at the very rear seats. Not too bad. Looks like there's a decent amount of space back there. I've sat back there myself. It's fairly comfortable. I don't know if I do a full road trip in it, but again, still fairly comfortable. Sunroof that is fixed but gives some light. Very cool. Sunshade covers that up if your back passengers have no interest in natural light. In the middle, excuse me, we have the 3 seats. Very comfortable up here. And they go forwards and backwards a bit. So if you're looking for a little more specific a seating position. Now it does go to 60/40, so you can't really get them all 3, but 2 out of 3 ain't too bad. Take a quick peek back here. HVAC controls, heated seats in the rear. Very, very cool that they have that. It's just for the left side, right side, not the middle, unfortunately, but you got some HDMI ports down there. 8-inch screens back here. it's in a different language. I think it's in, I don't even know what that language is. Anyways, you have your HVAC controls here. Sorry, not HVAC controls, your media stuff here. And if you want to watch something different or be entertained by something else that is not necessarily the same vote as the rest of the car, the person sitting behind the driver or behind the passenger can happily do so. We'll get out of here. Actually, before we get out of here, we'll show you a good look at the front of the car. Very nice, very simple, very elegant, which is the most important here. Let's get out of the back and close up the door. Let's get into the front seat here and go through some key features. Let's start up front here. Dashboard, very simple to read. Odd for me having the RPMs on the right, speedometer on the left. It's usually the other way around. But this is what Jag and Land Rover does. I love it. It's different. It's kind of quirky, but it's still easy to understand. You have 4 quadrants up here. Your total trip A, trip B, average, where are we, right there? Average liters per 100 kilometers. What's left before you hit dry, and your average speed. Heads-up display is there. I think we can see it. If I point my finger, yeah, right there, it'll say 0, park. There's no speed limit because I'm in a parking lot, and that's okay. Door controls, sorry, window controls, mirror controls, fairly standard. I like how it's a little higher up on this ledge here as opposed to being down here. There's no space here to have all of it. This is where your memory seats are. So yeah, easy to get to. There's a Meridian speaker there, and this specific trim has the 14 speakers, 825 watt system. Sounds absolutely fantastic. Lots of nice soft touch materials here. I can see my can you see that? My finger going into the soft leather up here. It's nice. It's very luxurious. It's very Land Rover. Absolutely beautiful. Move back a step, take a look at the steering wheel. Again, par for the course as far as the British luxury brand goes. Nice and simple, 4-spoke steering wheel. Smartly, the audio controls are on your left side, sorry. And your cruise control options are here. Heated steering wheel is here. There are no lights that show up on the dashboard or here, but how you can tell is if you push it, it lights up orange. That's a better look. That's off, that's on, that's off. 10-inch display screen right here. Very nice to read, very easy to understand, very easy to go through. Don't have to pull out the operations manual to figure out how to use it. I like that it's so simple. Makes me very, very happy, especially with the 4 quadrants. One cool feature is they let you pick your ambient lights. Not many choices, but 5 choices sure beats 0 choices. I like the red. We'll just do that quickly. 1, 2, 3, oops. 3, 4, and back to red for 5. Go down a touch. Get your HVAC controls, heated front seats. Well, if the back seats have them, the front seats have to have them. So you just push in and slide to the right to get your ons and offs. I like, again, this is mostly push button. One thing that's a little irritating at times, if I want to change the direction of my heat, got to push that, and that screen comes up. So I have my my face or my feet, and then I've got to go to the back switch to go back to where I was. Not a deal breaker by far, just a little bit of an inconvenience for me. Storage wise, there's a little more on the bottom deck here. Pop the button open. Storage will nicely just open up there. Not too high, but fairly deep, of the size of my hand, which isn't too bad. Put a couple of things in there that you don't want everybody else to see. Close that up again. And on the third tier, there's another bit of storage here. Again, for whatever it is that you want to put in there. Here's what I like the most. This is fantastic. So there's your long cover for your cup holders. So you slide it back, 2 cup holders, and maybe a phone or something fits in there. But you push that forward and you get a ton more space up here as well. So it's got like a second cubby with the one under your right hand being the first one. So we'll just close that up again. Very cool for tons of storage here. Close it up as well. I'll quickly stop the car. A lot of you Range Rover, Land Rover, Jaguar enthusiasts will know this. There's a start button. There's a gear shift. You start the car and the rotary dial pops up. Very cool. It has the air suspension options to raise and lower the height of the vehicle. And that's here. So if you don't want it, you just put it down and set it to auto. Make your choice. Go there. And how do we do this without... yep, there we go. So that's your first one for normal. Oops, let's get that there. So that is your grass, gravel, snow, mud and ruts for your third, sand for your fourth, and rock crawl for your last. I don't know how many people actually go off-roading and rock crawling with this in North America. There will be some, but I don't know if it's as much as some of the other vehicles that are specifically made for that. Anyways, there's Land Rover wouldn't have invested hundreds of $1,000,000 in a vehicle for an audience that doesn't exist. So there are going to be some people out there that will do it. And that's to each their own. I would buy this car for the luxurious feel, a smooth, comfortable ride, and just if I had 6 other friends that wanted to be taken places, I would take them in there in this wonderful vehicle. Up here, standard stuff. So that's your open-close sunshade for the front, open-close sunshade for the back, and tilt, because this one here is mobile, or does move, sorry. In here, the center console, there's more storage. So your option 1 is just to do the tray, and we close that up. Sorry, that was a little brush, sorry. This is so deep, it's about to my elbow. There is, I know we can't really see all that well now, but we'll do that again. Oh, I can't even reach the bottom. Yeah, so there's a lot of space in there. HDMI options, SIM card, your 12 volt there as well. So we'll close that up, and then that's the tray, 2-tiered system. Works very nicely. I don't know about these armrests. You can change the height of them, and they're kind of like captain's chairs. This is plenty high enough, and it's symmetrical with the door side armrest. So I know people want to use them, great. I personally have no use for them myself, but your front 2 passengers do have access to them if they are so inclined. Another thing your Range Rover, Land Rover, Jaguar enthusiasts may know is the glove box is push button. So there it is, and there's a small one up there. Let that close on its own, and the bottom one has a traditional lever right there. We'll do that, and we'll just close that up. I think that wraps up the interior. It's very luxurious. The seats are absolutely comfortable. With the option for the rear entertainment system, your headrests look absolutely massive, but they're very, very comfortable. It's luxury. It's $100,000 luxury here, and that's kind of what you're getting. Sorry, not kind of, it actually is what you're getting. Facts and figure wise, we're at 340 horsepower, 332 pound-feet of torque, run through an 8-speed automatic 3.0 liter V6 supercharged engine. There is a diesel option with, I think, 254 horse, but I was given the gas one, and there's plenty of power here to get you where you're going, and plenty of power to pull the up to 80 to 100 pounds of weight that the vehicle is rated for. $77,100 is what the MSRP is for the HSE Luxury top trim. The way it's spec'd out right now, we're at, I believe, let me take a look at my sheet, 96.6. So it's about 20,000 in options here. There's a towing pack, advanced tow assist, active rear locking differential, all-terrain progress, bigger wheels, surround camera, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, traffic sign recognition, adaptive speed limiter, blind spot monitoring, park assist. There's a ton of stuff here. What else? The dynamic interior pack also looks and feels absolutely wonderful. The titanium mesh finisher, also a nice touch. And of course, the rear seat entertainment is an option if you so choose. Good for those of you with kids or tweens or teens who want to be distracted by something. What else is? Oh, right, the 16-way leather Windsor seats are very, very comfortable, as I've already mentioned, but the fact that you can move them 16 ways, very cool. You got great side bolsters, great thigh bolsters as well. Again, I love how comfortable the headrest is. Weird thing for me, but okay, that's my thing. That's what I like. So I'm just fighting a cold here, so I'll try and wrap this up fairly quickly. We have, what else are we at? The gas tank's 89 liters, and I'm at around, what am I at? Let's take a look. 16.6 liters per 100 kilometers. It's not great on gas, but you're not buying this luxurious SUV for its fuel economy figures. You're buying it because it's big, it's functional, it gets you where you're going and where you have to be. It lets you tow things, it lets you bring up to 6 other people in the vehicle with you if you so choose. There are 5-seat options that don't have the rear seats, but hey, to each their own, right? I think that wraps it up for this this vehicle review. Really quickly. The steering wheel is thinner than I'm used to for JLR. Jaguar, Land Rover, Range Rover. It still feels good though. It's heated obviously as we went through that on and off option, but it feels good. The handling is, don't take corners too fast. It's your higher center of gravity. But for what it is, it handles well. It feels well. Good driving feel to it as well. And I would happily take this myself on a longer road trip, whether it be Florida or New York or LA, wherever it is, or even Quebec, PEI, Vancouver. I take it because it just has a good, solid driving feel to it, and it's very, very comfortable to have longer stretches behind the wheel. The most I've done at one time is I think an hour straight driving with it, and it ended up being fantastic. I'll add a little more information in the description section of the video. Any questions, jay@modernmississauga.com, or the comment section on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, wherever it is you want to get in touch with me, please do. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thanks for watching, and sorry for the very nasally voice. I'm in the middle of a man cold. First one of 2017. Let's hope it's the last one. Okay, thank you so much, everybody, and we will see you next time.